All right. Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? Can everybody hear me now? Let me know. All right, cool. I had my Bluetooth and it was the other in the other room. That's why. My bad. My bad. Yeah, I was saying the video that I did yesterday took forever to upload. I didn't think it was gonna be uploaded. I was about to take it down while I was uploading because it never took so long for one of my lives to upload, but it finally went up and I saw the fact that y'all commented, which was a good thing. So I'm glad because a lot of stuff that I say in my videos, um, I literally don't remember all of it, and it's tough to recreate a live video that you just go hard on and you're passionate about. And in my live video yesterday, the ancestors were actually trying to come through me in the live video that I was doing yesterday, and I was trying to pull them back because it's sometimes it's too heavy for the masses to hear information that they're not ready for, and I kind of pulled back. I heard at certain points in the video my voice started to change. I'm like, not here, not here, because when I let them come through, they gonna rain, they gonna go in. You thought I was intense. Yeah, it's nothing compared to what they feel right now. You know what's going on? Who in the building? What's up? What's up? What's up? All right, good. Everybody can hear me. All right. Let me see. What time is it? Because I said I was gonna go live. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So look, check this, y'all. Y'all been asking me about books, some good books for y'all to read. So I have them right here. Some books that I picked out. Now, some of these I haven't even read yet. What I do is when I hear a good book, I literally buy it and I'll stockpile it. Hold on. Let me take this thing off. There we go. I'll take it and then I'll buy it and I'll stockpile it until I'm ready to learn it, until it's time to learn a certain book. So y'all been asking me certain books that I have that I feel like are good, and these are some books that I have read and some books that I'm going to read, especially when they cut the internet off and lights and all that stuff, and then we don't have no power or nothing like that, and then we're going to have to dig into some books. So I think it's good for y'all to start stockpiling books as well, to get started on y'all journeys to help y'all out. And normally, if you hear a book and it seems to resonate and ring true to you, that's your higher self probably telling you this is the first book you should start reading if you're confused. You know, definitely. You know what I mean? Somebody asked me why the directions on some because the potency probably changed. Do you want a lower grade or you want to keep on going higher, baby? That's why. Simple as that. You know. And sometimes you need more or something. I mean, it depends. But that's not. I'm not here. I'm not here for them kind of things. You can email. We go into that in the email. All right. So anyway. All right. So today, people have been asking me to talk about the third eye again. And when I first started talking about the third eye, I was at the beginning stages of the third eye, and I didn't know where it was going to take me, but I was pretty excited that it was taking me to a place that I had not thought even existed. Period. But I kind of always knew it. When you guys and gals go on this journey, and you go on this journey, and you're totally open-minded, and your ego is given a back seat, and you're just willing to accept anything that's true to help you change, then you're ready to decalcify and open your third eye, because many times decalcification of your third eye also comes with you being open to it even being decalcified in the first place. People always ask me what are the best supplements, what is the best diet, but nobody asks me about the mindset that has to happen in order for you to truly decalcify your third eye. So the first step is the fact that you need to accept anything that's going to happen upon decalcifying. Because if all you're focusing on is the diet and that's it, that's not it. Because when you're fully in your spirit body, diet is no longer necessary at all. When you're fully in your spirit body, I'm gonna say that again. When you're fully in your light body, eating and drinking is no longer necessary. So you have to start to think about the part of you being in a light body before you even get into the diet part. Just understand that anything that you are going to go through is necessary for you to go through to get to your decalcification. Okay? Now, the best supplements to take that I use in the beginning of decalcifying my third eye, for those people who don't know what third eye is, the third eye is a seat of the soul. The third eye is your pineal gland. Everybody has them. I don't care what you're saying. I don't have them. I don't want nothing to do with that. All right. Let me tell y'all something real quick. The greatest trick for you people who haven't woke up yet, and there's no judgment here if you haven't woke up yet, because the fact that you're here shows that you have an open mind to want to wake up, and your inner self is trying to help you understand yourself so you can elevate. But I'm going to need y'all to understand this. The greatest trick ever played on the human spirit was to make the human spirit fear itself. Okay? The greatest trick ever played on the human spirit was to make the human spirit fear itself. Okay? So the simple fact of the matter is people fear what's already in their body. People fear the energy that's flowing through their body. People fear these things. So before we get into this video, like really get into this video, you're going to have to stop being afraid of yourself. Because that's how they keep you under their mind slavery, mental slavery. That's how they keep you under their control. All right, so you're gonna have to understand that. Yeah, yo. Oh, before I get started, leave a thumbs up, please. Hit the like button because that's how YouTube knows that you guys like the content I'm giving you. And if you're here, you obviously may like the content that I'm giving you. So please hit the like button. I'm asking you, just hit the like button. I'm just, just hit the like button. Just so I mean, if you want this message to get out there to more people, so we can elevate our frequency, you're gonna have to leave more likes because the way to YouTube rates it is the algorithm, and the algorithm push you back because there's no likes, and they say, oh, okay, this video is not liked, so nobody wants to see it. So I never asked for likes, but I'm gonna require those today and for further on because I have to ask for it in order for my video to get rated. I haven't gotten paid for y'all. I haven't gotten paid off of YouTube videos in like 2 years. So it's not about the money for me. It's about just getting this message out here so we can elevate in the centers of people, so we can, so we can kill ignorance and tap into ascension. You know what I mean? Okay. Now, basically, the third eye is the seat of your soul. Okay? It's where your soul sits, okay? And it's in your pineal gland. Your pineal gland produces the melanin, okay? And it's how the sunlight energy communicates with thyself, okay? Now, when you decalcify the pineal gland, you're going to start to see with an eye that you never used before, or you haven't used it as clear as you do. It's like you're walking around in a new reality. People that you normally were accepting their behavior, let's say if you were with a spouse, right? And you happen to decalcify your third eye, you're going to see who that person truly is. You maybe not like that person anymore, or you may like that person more. Who knows where you're going to go? But every last one of you, if you're here on this channel, probably has a spiritual gift, and we all have a higher self. And our higher self pushes us and propels us to our next stage of our evolution. So you may hear somebody that says something that resonates with you, and you feel like you already knew that, but hearing it from somebody else makes you push yourself further in that direction. And decalcifying your third eye is all about knowing and understanding yourself, understanding that you are all around you and you're experiencing different parts of yourself all at the same time, at different times, everywhere. And when you decalcify your third eye, you will see, and your bullshit meter will be at an all-time high, meaning that you're going to be able to see through the veil. The veil is basically the veil that's been thrown over your head for many years. Let's say if you're watching a show, and normally if your third eye is not decalcified, you're just enjoying that show, and that's all you're doing. But when your pineal gland is decalcified, you're going to see what that show is really telling you. Like, oh shoot, that's what that really means. Oh, I see why they did that. That's just the beginning. When you watch things and see things, you get to see right through the veil, because we're living in a reality that is basically an illusion. It's all an illusion made up by you. And you're going to experience the fact that you are actually speaking to yourself. I am you and you are me. We are all the same. And you're going to realize the deeper you go, you're going to enjoy this experience, but you're going to see how treacherous this experience can be more and more through the people who have been governing your mind, governing your mind for a very long time. And you're going to want to get out that as soon as possible. And you're going to find ways of how to get out that so you can tap into your light body that is encased into his physical body that is an illusion of your mind. Now, when you decalcify your third eye, you're going to have to understand that you're going to have to change your diet. You're going to have to stop eating meat entirely because it's common sense. And you're going to tap into your IQ instead of your EQ. People who feel like they're really educated are not intelligent all the way. I'm not saying everybody who's educated is not intelligent, because if you have both, that's even superpower. But some people who are educated, the more educated that you are, the tougher it is to change your programming because you believe in a system that has put things into your mind instead of finding them out inside of you. Now, I have nothing against people who are highly educated. I'm just letting you know how difficult it is to change that mindset when you have been indoctrinated with certain philosophies and certain things for a specific period of time, and you put your degrees beyond your own degree within inside of you, your IQ, not your EQ. Because your EQ is a million times greater than your IQ, no matter what you may think. It's your inner self, which is much more educated than you ever could be in this world, because something that is lower than you has been giving you information that has been pulling it from your ancestors. Anyway, okay, so things like finding out who you were, things like finding out the origin of your spirit. If you go on these certain missions, you will be able to find these answers. Every answer that you ever had, that you ever wondered ever since you were a child, will be answered. Especially if you were that child that always wondered what was beyond the cosmos, like me. I always wondered, like, what is this all about? Like, why do I have to go to church? Like, why do I have to follow this? Or why am I a child? Like, these questions will eventually get answered, but you have to stop to think about time. See, the fact that many of you think about time holds you back. The fact that many of you think about how long it's going to take to get there is actually hold this back. So you can't worry about time because it will happen when it's supposed to happen. Now, the first signs that you will know the ancestors are speaking to you are through the synchronicities that you're going to start to see when you decalcify your pineal gland. You're going to start to see a lot of numbers in sync, like 222, 111, 333, 444, 555, 666, 777, 888, 999, 1010s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7. These things, they're going to start to communicate with you through that. And I suggest you go online and you find the meaning of that, because they're trying to talk to you. They're letting you know that you're going in the right direction. And you're going to start to see wild synchronicities, not just on clocks, on license plates, on signs, and it's going to catch you. It's going to catch you because your third eye is now open, and your third eye, which is where your higher self is starting to speak through you, through your subconscious mind, through your non-mechanical mind, through your third eye. That is where your real self lives. Now, people at this particular time are experiencing a lot of fear. We're experiencing a lot of doubt within ourselves, only because you don't understand that we're multidimensional beings, which can exist all at the same time at any time we choose to, when we want to. As a matter of fact, we can actually choose whether to incarnate into a certain family to do a certain purpose, like I did, like people that I know have done. You can choose this stuff. You can choose the family that you choose. You can choose the mom that you chose, the dad, because you're experiencing all time, which means your higher self has seen the future and know how you're going to turn out. So knows what type of family it's going to take for you to turn out in the way you have to turn out, so you can learn what you can learn from this total experience. Because you're experiencing something that you won't be experiencing in other dimensions, such as emotion, such as attachment, such as fear, anger, sadness, happiness, for about maybe 60 to 80 years, because what's 80 years to an infinite being? It's a sniff. That's all it is. It's just a sniff. And you're here to experience it. You may be here to change certain things. You may be here to do certain things. It's a sniff, you know? So, to decalcify your pineal gland, you're going to have to take plants. A lot of life. You're going to have to become your light electric body. You're going to have to. So you're going to have to change your diet immediately if you decide to decalcify your pineal gland. Okay? You're going to have to. I don't care what you say. No grass-fed meat. You're going to have to eat life. What did I say about plants? Plants are a portal to your higher self. Step through the portal and eat plants. If you eat plants, you will see a difference almost immediately. Also, do not brush your teeth with fluoride-based toothpaste. Do not take hot showers anymore. I'm talking about how you speed it up a little bit, how you get there, I'm talking about that kind of stuff. Yes, I was going to get to that. Michael Jr., definitely. Meditating. Now, in the beginning, meditation is going to be difficult for you because your DNA has been altered and it's very difficult for you to concentrate, but that will soon pass once you give it a consistent effort to do it. Cold showers are very important because the fluoride that is in our water absorbs into our biggest organ, which is the skin, and that pretty much decalcifies the pineal gland. So these things are going to be very, very vital to you people out here who want to decalcify your pineal gland. A couple of supplements that I recommend trying. Obviously, Haritaki, because it awakens the non-mechanical parts of your brain. It's like the Limitless movie, like that in a realistic sense. I would say chlorella. I would say spirulina. I would say cleansing your body. And I would say long-term fasting. Long-term fasting is very, 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 very spiritual. The longer you go, the more spiritual your experience becomes. And while you're meditating, while you're fasting, because your body is basically fighting it. Your body's telling you it's hungry. Your body's telling you it's tired. Your body's telling you it's lightheaded. And you push through, your spirit comes through a little bit more because your lower self is so used to listening to your body's cravings. You're going to have to invoke your higher self in order to get through that. And once you do that, and you do that more and more and more, your higher self is going to start to peek through more and more. And if you want to go really deep to get the answers that I got, some people don't need plant medicine as far as like the ayahuasca and the sapo and the DMT. Some people don't actually need that at all. Some people can just naturally tap in, but not all of us can. The reason why my higher self has chosen to tap into these things is because a lot of people would like to take things and to experience other planes of existence, and our ancestors used things to do that as well. Everybody doesn't have to do it. I'm just telling you the way I did it was very effective for me, and it changed my perspective extremely fast. This, from starting the ayahuasca to now, is about, let's say, less than a year, and it's changed a lot for me. So, these things, helping you meditate. I'm actually going to take this after this video, but Hape, it helps you with meditating. This one's called Crystal Vision. This is what helps me meditate, open my pineal gland. But this one is definitely great for your third eye. Now, another thing that's great for your third eye, after you understand the experience, after you start the experience and understanding what you're going through, you're going to have to start to learn some information, because here's the thing. When you tap in, you're going to learn information that contradicts your normal programming. Programming meaning what's been put into you ever since you've been a child by your parents, by, schools, by, TV. And a lot of things you're going to learn that is the true information are going to contradict your lower self. But you kind of feel like it's true, but now you're like, well, I can't prove it, so it sounds crazy. And it happens a lot, because the true information is so foreign to our programming that when we go back into our regular lower self, we totally reject it. And if we don't have nothing that validates that information beyond our higher self experiences, then you will be like, I feel like I'm going crazy right now. And because it happened to me, I'm like, yo, I need something to validate this. I need to read some books to validate it. So what you can do is this. The fastest way you can validate it is you can set an intention on validating it. And when you set an intention on validating it, watch how things happen to you. Watch how maybe somebody like me talks about a book that you should have thought about, or help you read a book that validates everything that you are kind of new, and then boom, you're validated, and then it makes sense, and then it gives you more confidence to tell other people about your experience because you know it's really true because it said it somewhere else in a different way and it brought it all together. Because the thing is, when you just experience these things that are multidimensional and then you don't read anything that validates it, you won't truly believe that it's real, or you won't be able to prove it as real when you talk to people. When you talk to people, people will say, I believe that's true. I don't know how, but I believe that's true. And that's okay if you just want to be like that. But for me, I needed to see something that helped me understand some of the information that I'm getting from my ancestors, from my higher self, from the Akashic records, because it was a lot. Because I've done high dose shrooms. I've done 20 grams of shrooms. I've done ibogaine, like the highest dose you could ever do before it killed you. I've done these things. I went to the brink of death to find out these things because I was willing to find out. I have remote viewed 20,000 years in the past and saw how Kemet really looked with my own two eyes when I closed these eyes and the veil opened up and I went there. So I've seen these things, you know, and I need to make sense of how we could be so powerful at a time and be in this point at this time. It doesn't make sense. At the time, after the ayahuasca, that we had all this technology and all this knowledge, but we let them take us over, it didn't make any sense to me. You know, it really put me in like a little bit of a sadness because I wasn't able to fathom how far we had really fallen, you know? And it could happen, so I'm just warning you that when you find out how great you were as a people and you look at the people that are now in total rejection of self, it can really fuck your world up. You know what I mean? So before I get into a little bit deeper, I'm gonna give y'all some books that y'all can read, so it can help you out with your journeys. You know, the ancestors want me to, because I don't really see a lot of conscious people online giving the books they read because they don't want you to know where they got the information from as if it's their information. It's not their information. This is not your information. You don't own this information. It's meant to share. It's meant to be given to people. You know, so I'm going to give y'all some books that y'all can read to help you heighten your awareness about self and about your surroundings, and just more, especially as you're in a house right now, you know, without much to do. Maybe you can put your head in some books. I'm also going to be doing this on my Patreon for people who don't like to read, including myself. I don't like to read, but I do it anyway because I know there's the information that I need. But I personally don't like to read because I'm so in tune with how I used to be when I used to live here thousands and thousands of years ago in that particular life, that a lot of us melanated people, we actually learn better off of pictures. You see hieroglyphs, pictures. We learn better because the pictures are how we communicate. We communicate telepathically. We communicate through certain vibrational frequencies out of our voices. We didn't communicate reading black words on a white paper. So the reason why it's difficult for many of us to read, you know, is because that's not the real way it actually was that we read, that we actually learn information. So we fight it. Like when they say, you know, if you want to hide something from a black man, put it in a book. But when we read things with pictures in it, it kind of talks to us more. So I get that about our people. You know, I get that about our people because the way we communicate now is such a lower frequency. You know, it's just low. And I gotta read the Metal Nature. I gotta read the Metal Nature. Yes, I gotta read that. That's another one on my list. It's good. That's good right there. You know, but that's why many of us don't like to read. We kind of like, it's boring, because to our higher self, it actually is. It's like so low frequency, but it has information in it that we actually need to survive on this plane of existence. So many of us has to force ourselves. So what I do in the beginning of reading is I'll read like 10 or 15 pages at a time. And like right now, I'm reading this book, right? It's called The Water of Life. And this book has like, I say 100 and about 130 something pages, right? And I have to read a page over and over again because I need to absorb the information. And the way we're meant to absorb is not the way these books have for us to absorb. So, many of the books that I have, you're not gonna be able to find an audio book. Like sometimes you gotta go search for certain things. But back to what I was saying. I'm not gonna digress. Back to what I was saying. Many of us struggle with reading because it's not us. It's not how we communicate it with each other. It's not how we communicate with information. And by tapping into the Akashic records, being downloaded with so much information, I get now how we were vibrating so high that we got information from light, from sun, from plants, from nature. That's how we truly got information that was beyond our understanding. And like I'm talking about real information. But these books put it in perspective of things we actually already knew from other ascended masters who also traveled through the cosmos and learn how to translate it into words that would understand to the lower human, which we are. We are still the highest human on the earth, but we are a lower form of how we used to be. It's just a fact, you know. So yeah. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give y'all a couple of books. Some I have read, some I'm going to read, and some I'm reading now. I'll read a couple of books at one time because I get sidetracked quickly because of the way I learn. The way I learn is not the way we are designed to learn. So I have to watch things, I have to listen to things, and I have to read things and put them all to, and I have to experience things like through plants, and I have to put them all together to make sense out of this information that I give you because I know it's different than what you normally hear from somebody who is a lot smarter than you, who sounds a lot smarter than you, and says it in a way where you feel like you can't even get it, and they don't even tell you where they got it from. It's like kind of not fair. It's like, okay, you're gonna be smarter than me, you're gonna talk smarter than me, you're gonna talk swagged out, and you're not even gonna tell me where you got the information from. That's not fair. That's not right, and I don't like it. I never liked it as a viewer, so I'm not gonna be that as somebody who you're viewing. You know what I mean? So the first book I want y'all to get is the Emerald Tablets. Okay, and you don't gotta get this in this order, but this is called Emerald Tablets by Billy Carson. Okay, the Emerald Tablets by Billy Carson. This is a book that is very, very, especially if you are from, if your spirit has been in Kemet and like you really resonate. You probably really resonate with Kemet because you were there. And many of us are the ancestors inside of us waking up. But if you want to really wake up and then you want to read something that makes sense, read this book. Another book is called The Water of Life, okay, by John W. Armstrong. Now this book, this is the book I'm actually going to start reading books on my Patreon, people, because I realize how people don't like to read. So to keep me sharp, I'm going to be reading what I'm learning on Patreon. So whatever book I'm getting, I'm going to be reading. This is the first book I'm going to actually be reading. I'm going to be like reading chapters on my Patreon channel, and I'm going to be reading, and I'm going to probably, like talk about what I felt about each chapter and all that stuff on my Patreon and all that stuff. So that's the direction that I feel like my Patreon is moving to. I'm going to be reading books because I know people don't like to read, and I know why now. And I don't think you're lazy. I just think that you're trying to force yourself to do something that you're not comfortable with. So I'm going to be narrating some of these books and reading these. Okay. All right. The next one is a bomb for many of y'all, and many of y'all are not even ready for this book. I just started reading this book. It's called Jesus Found in Egypt. This is an expensive book. This book costs like $50 to $70. And if you want the information bad enough, you got to realize that books with real information, with the wildest information, with the most further information that you've never heard, always cost more money because they just do. When you want information, you got to pay for it sometimes. And this is how you pay for it. This is a book this is about Jesus found in Egypt, which is actually some of the information that I'm actually getting when I go under. This is actually what was told to me. I got this online. I don't know where I got this. This is Malachi Z. York wrote this book. He wrote many books. I actually wrote, it's another book that he actually, a pamphlet that he wrote that I want to show y'all too. Hold on. I read this one last week. This one is called, this one here. It's like a little pamphlet. He wrote a lot of pamphlets with like a lot of full information. But this one was, this is called The Egyptian Secret on Concentration, okay, for the Ancient Egyptian Order by Malachi Z. York, okay. Yeah, something told me. Now, these pictures in this book shows me that he was, look at the pictures, right? This is how our great time was, how it looked, you know? And when I looked at these pictures in his book, I knew that he was there. Like, he traveled deeper than I have went. But I'm looking at these pictures in his book, and I'm like, wow, this is like bringing back a lot of memories here. So he's been there, because these pictures you cannot get anywhere from besides memory. Simple as that. And I know it because I've been there and I've seen it. And it looked just like these pictures. So Jesus Found in Egypt is a great book, and it's gonna blow you away. Another book is, I read this a couple years ago. This is The Destruction of Black Civilization by Chancellor Williams. Okay? The Destruction of Black Civilization by Chancellor Williams. Great issues of race from 4500 BC to 2000 AD. But it goes even further than this, just so y'all know. It goes deeper than this. It goes way before this, too. It's just more destruction. Next one is Chakra Foods for Optimum Health. If y'all know, chakra foods for optimum health. That foods that are good for your chakras. Eat the rainbow, right? Eat the rainbow. A guide for the foods that can improve your energy, inspire creative changes, open your heart, and heal body, mind, and spirit by Deanna M. Minich, PhD. Okay, so Chakra Foods is a book. I haven't completed this book, but I have read a little bit of it, and it was really good. Another book is called Nutricide by the great Lalia Africa. Okay, Nutricide. Now this here, I hope after this, if you don't change your diet, then you want to be sick. If you don't change your diet after this, then you want to be sick. You love food more than you love living, and you'll come back as one of our children to learn it the right way from somebody who really knows the information. I'm just letting you know, especially in this time of great sickness and famine. Okay? All right, so yeah. You've been there, meaning you like remember? No. Somebody asked me, I've been there, like meaning like when I say Malachi Z. York, I've been there meaning to that dimension. No, I mean to that time, because all time's going on at the same time. So all I did was just travel back in the past, which is the present, it's just now, it's just not now. It's tough to explain, but time in other dimensions doesn't exist like this, like clocks and all, like that doesn't exist. It all goes on at one time. Okay? So, yeah, in my last experience, I got all my memories back. All of them. From the time that I wanted to get my memories back. So now I know. All right. Another one is Super Ager. Okay. This book is You Can Look Younger, Have More Energy, Better Memory, Live Long, Healthy Life by Elise Marie Collins. I haven't read this one yet. Okay. Because I'm already doing lots of probably this book, but I got to read the book to know. But this one's Super Ager, but I think I look my age a little younger. I mean, I'm 37 and I feel healthy. Another one is Multiple Intelligences by Howard Gardner. Now, you remember how we said we don't all learn the same way? This book breaks it down, because our school system only is designed to help a certain person learn a certain way, and if you're that person, you feel like you're smarter than everybody else or other people, but it's just the fact that you got lucky. They taught the way you learn, because we all are intelligent if they educated us in the way we were supposed to learn by taking a test on us to see how we learned. And they don't. They have one system, one way they teach, and it doesn't help all of us. It probably only helps part of 1/3 of us, and that's what it is. So read this book if you ever wanted to know what your intelligence is. Now, some more spiritual stuff. I haven't read. I just bought this. I just got this book a little while ago. I haven't gotten around to reading it yet because it takes me at least a couple of weeks to read a book because I study it and I want to really know it. I don't just read to read the words. As I tell my oldest son, like, yo, don't just read the book to read the words. Read the book to know the information. See, I'm not reading books to just know the words. I'm reading books to really. I'm trying to absorb everything in that book. I want to try it. I want to do it. I want to become that book. That's how you should read. So if you're reading and you realize your certain intelligence does not really come from reading books, but you need to know the information that's in them, you need to read a sentence over and over and over again and make it make sense in your own words, then do that. Because I do that all the time and it really works out, especially when you put it in your own words. When you put it in your own words, then you truly know the information. So like say if somebody says something intelligent, like, okay, what does that mean to me? Like, what does that really mean? That's what I do when I read books. I try to break it down in my mind to make it make sense to me if I don't understand it in the way they wrote it down, okay? This one here is Ted Andrews. It's just how to meet and work with spirit guides. We got spirit guides, y'all. And the fact of the matter is, you don't know that you have spirit guides because you're running from yourself. So if you ran from yourself, how would you know that you have any spirit guides? You're running from yourself. Stop running from yourself. Listen, there's greatness inside of you. Just embrace it. And you'll watch the growth that takes place in your life. Watch it. Watch. Here's a good one. This is a book by Krishnamurti. This is called Freedom from the Known by Krishnamurti, right? And this book goes into many things that you need to know as men and as women in this society right now. This book is beyond its years, but right on time. Okay? If y'all don't know who Krishnamurti is, Google him. Beast mode. This one here is a book I read a couple years ago when I was working at Walmart because I had to change my mindset while listening to binaural beats and all that stuff. The Power of Positive Thinking. This is by Norman Vincent Peale. Okay? The Power of Positive Thinking. Your thoughts become things. Right now, many people are thinking fear, poverty, sickness, and that is what you are getting. You can change with the power of your mind. I didn't realize how deep it goes. It goes deep. So you can change your mind. Next one. A Stolen Legacy by George G.M. James. A Stolen Legacy. This is what you need to read if you feel like you are from Kemet. And many of us who are waking up are. Or Atlantis. And you need to know. Okay? We're here to reclaim our power. It's going to take some time and some work. But in order to know where you're going, you have to know where you've come from. And I'm not talking about the civil rights, slavery movement, all that. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about deeper. Like 20,000 years deeper. Like dinosaurs deeper. Like what happened to them? Where'd they go? You want to find out? Go there. I ain't going to tell you. I'm not giving it all to you. I want you to find out, because if I gave it all to you, you would not want to find out. But I know what happened to them. I know where they are. I know all that. I learned this stuff because I asked the questions directly to the horse's mouth. Who ruled them? Who controlled them? Who they submitted to? They got out of control, though. You know? Just letting y'all know. All right. Here's another one. They're actually dragging someone. Hey, listen, it goes deeper. It goes deep, y'all. This one is How to Uncover Your Past Lives by Ted Andrews. Now, I never read this book because I already uncovered my past life, a couple of them. But the one that I care about the most is the one that was in Kemet. I care about that the most because, I mean, I do. It was the best life I've ever lived. It's the best one. you know, and I'm here to fix a lot of the things that I've done back then, and I'm trying to, you know, do the work that I set out for myself, and I'm doing it now. So if you want to find out who you used to be, read this book by Ted Andrews. This is referred to me by a shaman, so I know it's real because I'll take her advice. You know, How to Uncover Your Past Lies by Ted Andrews. Okay, learn from your past so you can know where you're going in the future, y'all. Look at this. It's called The Cosmic Serpent. Okay, The Cosmic Serpent. This is by Jeremy Narby. DNA and the Origins of Knowledge. Okay, the Cosmic Serpents, the Kundalini energy rising up to the spine. Okay, you'll see how they correlate with each other. Another one, Soul Guide on Planet Earth. Your soul is of divine origin. Everything else is an illusion that rules this world by Ivan Antic. Okay, Soul Guide on Planet Earth. So I'm telling y'all, there should be nothing that you're like. If you don't, we're living in the age of information, and there's no way to understand all this information if you don't go try to find it. You don't gotta listen to everybody. You can find this shit on your own. You can find this stuff on your own. Now I gave you some books to start your journey on. This is the beginning of your journey, because there's a lot of inner knowledge you have too that aren't in these books that you need to find out. So when you find out these things and you read this book and then find out those things, it will all make sense to come together. You know. And last but definitely not least, African Holistic Health by Lalea Africa. Okay? This is a book for the ages. Monstrous. Monstrous. And truth be told, most of us, yeah. This is new because this is actually this tattoo is actually from what I saw on my last trip. So I had some Japanese stuff like right here, like that's King Tut. But I had some Japanese stuff right here on my wrist, and I had to get it off. Like I have this cross and this Japanese stuff here, and I got to get that covered. I don't wanna look at this vehicle from anything from the past life that I lived on this planet, like in this life. So I covered it up with something that resonated with who I am. So I covered it up with some hieroglyphics. This is how we used to learn. This is a constant reminder of who I am. But that's why I got it. It's my vehicle, so it is what it is. New tap me. Yeah. Yeah, and if like y'all, if y'all believe that you're not from here, then you probably aren't from here. Most of us are not from here. As a matter of fact, Earth is not as old as you may think it is. Earth wasn't Earth once upon a time. It was part of something else. You know, so I'm just letting y'all know. You know, like if y'all feel like y'all not from here, then you're not from here. Just embrace it and find out where you've come from, and then find out from the Pallades. So you believe you're Palladian. See, there you go. Many people are Palladian. Listen, we are a lot of stuff, yo. It's a lot. It's thousands and thousands and thousands of races of people out there, and many of us come back. Like I honestly think all of us who are waking up are not from here, so we can help those elevate. You know, but I don't feel like any of us are really from Earth. We just came here and we colonized Earth. You know, yes, I think that we all came together from different space and time, and we decided, all right, y'all, we infinite, but we looking at Earth right now, and it's looking pretty bad. And we need to go ahead and look through some time so we can see some of our timelines of these bodies that we're going to incarnate in. And we're going to have to remain asleep for at least a certain period of time so we can experience life from the sleep-minded. We can't just come here awake, because we wouldn't be able to resonate with people that were trying to awake, well, to rise. So I'll speak for myself. I chose to come here in this body from that family so I could be angry enough to rise through that. You know, I'm just letting y'all know. This is what I feel like happened, because many of us are not from here. We're here to fix this planet and make it better. Because, see, peep this, y'all. The Earth without humans, the Earth lives. the earth actually flourishes without humans, right? The earth, right now, if every human died right now, the earth will flourish beyond its wildest imagination. But if the earth died, then humans die too. So it's clear that we need the earth more than the earth needs us. So I feel like we came here to fix some things and go back to where we gotta go, but we're not gonna leave once it's fixed. Or our job is done, like our part. Because everybody got a part. Everybody got a part to play. Like, okay, so let's say my part is to help melanated people to elevate, and then these people, you know, they get it, and now the message lives on through me, through my YouTube videos, or through what I taught people of the way I looked at the world, the way I experienced plant medicine, and it was only for that. And I said, okay, cool. Now I can go back home, or I can incarnate into another body, into another, you know, another universe or another existence somewhere else. Because we're infinite, so we want to experience all of it all the time somewhere else. So right now, it's just an experience that we're experiencing at this particular time, you know, for as long as we're going to be here. Some of us are going to be here for 30 years, 50 years, 60 years, 80 years, 90 years, 100 years. But, you know, that's the time we chose. And when we go, it's our time to go. And we go. And we do, and we experience it. But sometimes we kind of forget while we're here. And because we forget while we're here, we got to come back several times because we kind of, you know, we the temptations of this world may make us just choose to stay asleep. Like, okay, I chose to come here for a certain thing, but I forgot that I did that, and I let the system win. And then I go back to the realm, the astral realm, or the ethereal plane of existence, or another dimension. I'm like, oh shit, damn, 60 years wasted. Ah, let me go back and do it again. Ah, man. You know what? This time I'm going to choose to be a child of somebody who is in the knowledge so I won't be lost or led astray again. You know? And you go back and you're now the child of somebody who's an ascended master, or either a child of somebody who's in the information, or you choose a family that's going to piss you off so much that you want to ascend on your own, and the fact that you can't, you know, get through to them makes you go to the planet and get through to them. And that's being the case of me. You know what I mean? I'm just speaking for myself, just letting y'all know. But these things do happen. Like one of my lives, I was like in the 70s. I died in the 70s, and I didn't get it. I got stuck. I think I was like into addiction. I was into gambling. I was into women. You know, many things that I almost got trapped with in this life. But I happened to have a traumatic experiences. As a matter of fact, several traumatic experiences that woke me up. And yeah, this time it did it. This time it did it. You know, so yeah. I know many of y'all are hearing this right now, and you're like, yo, this makes sense. Like, this is the answer that I've been waiting for. I know. I could tell because you're still here. And if you're still here, a part of you has intrigued, isn't it? You're like, damn, this is why you got to find out about your understanding of self so you can find out how to make sense of this planet. And when you make more sense of this planet, you realize they can't stop your ascension, because whether you come back 60 times, you're still going to ascend anyway. And 60 times to an infinite being is 60 lifetimes of everything. It's no big deal. It's just the fact that we make it so serious, we make it such a big deal, and we trying to get tied to this physical plane of existence. Remember, y'all, it's only the third dimension. It's not that serious. It's only the third. And we're trying to fix parts of the third, but we can elevate to like we can elevate to such high, like I'm telling y'all. Yo, so check this, y'all. On my last experience, I went through what to me is equivalent to heaven. I was there, and I was so sustained with so much joy and freedom all at one time. I realized that we experience life subjectively through everybody at one time. Like my children are me looking through the eyes of other, like it's so much that we don't know. It's not even serious. I mean, it's not even like funny. Like, it's so much that we don't know. And I know some of y'all, I'm losing y'all, but I'm only losing you when you're still rejecting yourself. Because if you went as deep as me, and you don't always have to do plant medicine, you just have to eat plants. Because some of y'all can activate just by eating a vegan lifestyle. Like, I wish I could activate just by eating a vegan lifestyle, but I'm not here to do that. I'm here to activate by showing everybody how they can activate, whether you do it or not, like by taking these certain things. But you got to be clean, you got to be ready. But my purpose here is to show y'all can activate through the way, your ancestors who's inside of me activated, and that's through eating high frequency plants while you're vegan and while you're fasted. If you do all these things, you will go to exactly where you're trying to go, and you'll do it when you're ready. But don't do it when you're not ready, because if you have any doubt, if you have any fear, if you're thinking something's going to attack you, something will. Because the fact of the matter is, I have been under maybe like 10 to 15 times, and I have never seen a malevolent being under there being bad. I've never been attacked. I have never brought it to myself, because I don't even think about them. All I think about is high frequency stuff. All I think about is getting the information, because I really want to go back to my planet. I really want to go home. And but I got a job to do. It's like we're clocking into a shift, and we're like, all right, I gotta do this, I gotta do these appositions, I gotta do this paperwork, and then I go home today, like at 5 or 6, whatever. It's like that. But it's a job that I'm passionate about. And if y'all got passionate about your true job here, you wouldn't have any fear that they could do anything to you. You know? Tips on astral projection. Learn how to astral project. There's no tip I can give you besides learning it yourself. The information is in you. And sometimes when y'all get the information and it's not in a way where you like the information, you may reject it and say, oh, forget this. This guy's being arrogant. This guy's being an ass. No, I'm telling you exactly what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, in order for you to grow to your highest self. And sometimes somebody telling you to look into yourself to find yourself is the best information you could have ever heard. Because if I taught you how to fish, you would never need me again. But if I fish for you, you'll always need me. And I see it through a lot of these conscious people online. They always are giving you the information, but they're not telling you where they got it from. And it keeps you dependent on these people. I don't need you dependent on me, because that shows to me a lack of abundance. And with the law of attraction and with the way the energy works, if you have abundance, if your energy is abundance, you can give everything away and you'll always be taken care of. But when you have a feeling of the fact that you have to cling and hold on to your information and making people depend on you so they can always come to your channel, you know what I mean? They can always come to your channel. That means that you're afraid of giving away the information, because then you may lose your celebrity, or you may lose your importance, and that shows a lack of abundance. You're still in somewhat of a impoverished mindset. I could give all this shit away, and I understand I could figure something else out, and I'll be taken care of. Because as long as I stay righteous to myself, as long as you stay righteous to the people, you'll always be good. You need to know that. Because back in the day, I didn't want to give a lot of things for free, and then when I started giving everything away for free, that's when everything started to come to me, because I started to move in abundance. You know what I mean? Seriously. Good books. Read the... Hold on, let me write this down. That might be a good book. Something told me to read that book you just gave me. Hold on. Somebody said... Because I need some books. If y'all got some books y'all want me to read, I'm going to buy them right now. I'll buy them after this video. Said the Brawler File by Anthony Brawler. It's a good... Okay, cool. They just told me it's a good book. Yo, they just told me it's a good book. I got you. Thank God. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yeah. Besides that, listen, yo, fasting. Fast, y'all. Fast every day. Every single day I need y'all to fast. Every day. Fast. Yeah, somebody said they got the good book. So that's what they telling me too. You know? But I hope that, today you learn something about yourself. You learn how to go into yourself. You do have all the information. You do have the information. And when you tap into it and you get there, you'll come back and say, well, damn, what was I waiting for so long? What was I waiting for? You're waiting for you because you fear yourself. You fear your evolution. You fear your greatness. And if you happen to, you know, oh, speaking, I'm sorry. And if you happen to reject yourself, you're gonna come back and do it again. Oh, so check this, y'all. I was talking to somebody with a consultation, right? And he said he had the thing that's going around, the 5G stuff. And he said he had radiation burns on his body, and it kept on moving to different parts of his body, right? Which lets me know that it's a little bit different than what y'all may think it is, but I'm not going to get into whether it's 5G or Corona. I don't care. I care about blocking the frequency that you're trying to raise in the bad way, not which is not for us. You know what I mean? So, but okay. So a couple things that I got to protect the Wi-Fi and the frequency. Okay, these are energy. Okay? EMF detectors. Here's one. Look at that. Look at that. That's copper in it. I put this around all my devices. I put this behind my head when I sleep along with the crystals. This is very, very good to have. Okay. Here's another one. This is actually the flower of life right here. Take a look at that. There's copper at the top of it. Okay. I waited on my shungite too. All right. Obviously, y'all, this is another crystal. I keep this around all the time. Okay. Here's another one that was made to me by a Reiki lady. Reiki protected. Okay, I keep this in my truck. I keep one in my Wi-Fi device. I keep one around all electronic devices. Now, the fact that y'all have phones, right? Right? Y'all have phones, and your phones aren't protected. You can protect your phone from the EMF. So what I do, I put these on my phone. This is called an EMF protector. All right. This is EMF protection, right? You get this on Amazon, and in here is like 30 of them, right? 30 of them, and you can protect all your devices with this. I got it on the back of the computer, as y'all see. It was on the back of my computer. And you'll realize your device won't heat up as much as it normally does from the radiation. Because I believe it's radiation, but that's just me. I'm not here to debate with you. You can believe what you want to believe. Just get healthy so you can be able to fight it off regardless of what it is at the end of the day. So I don't care what it is. I just care about protecting myself from what it is. You know, it's like people like you can give somebody all the guts, all the knowledge, and then all they do is focus on the lowest form of that knowledge. Like you could tell somebody that, you know, all about themselves, and the fact you told them that there was something in their hair, that's all they focus on. Like, I just told you that you're a narcissist, that you're ignorant, that you've been cheating on me, that you did all this stuff, and you just said you got something in your hair. Like you focus on like the lowest vibrational thing, and I feel like people do that too much nowadays. And when we focus on whether it's 5G or it's Corona, we are not focusing on how to fix ourselves because we're wasting all of our energy arguing over what it is. Let's not focus on that. Focus on how you can defend yourself from whatever it is, because nobody really has the answers because you're not in the laboratory when they're making it. So because of that, focus on what you can focus on, which is the most important person in your life, and that being you. All right. So besides that, I hope this was a good video. I hope y'all learned from it. I love y'all. Anybody wants consultations with me, I do free consultations right now. I love talking to people. If anybody got any questions, go to the website and book consultation and call the number when your consultation is up, and I'll be there to pick it up. So besides that, also make sure you write your questions down. I can't stand when people don't write their questions down and not prepared, and I'm spending my time for free, you know, to talk to you. At least you can write your questions down so I can give you a better answer so we can know where we're going with this conversation. Besides that, let me get up out of here. I love y'all. I'm going to see y'all soon to the next video. Peace.